Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 50, plant. Check. Watch 54. Hey, come on, come on. Hey, Delta. Down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff looking right. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
X3, 218, chopper.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the bootleg. Costello. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Kirkland. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Kirkland. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
38 yards on the scamper there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 16.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You must be dreaming. Look at me. Zipper. 2.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Let's go, defense.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Ready, ready, ready. Mike, 58, right down, stop. 58, right.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. take it at the 37. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Costello. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch. Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Costello. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 46 yards. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well. They weren't real happy with how they were.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a throw here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back to throw. Costello. Open man is Higgins. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
60 Pittsburgh.
Now they try the right side here. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 4 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
15 line. 15 line. I got you. Let's go.
On 1st down, Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw. Costello. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a 1st down and run out this first half.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Mike 55. Hey, watch the screen.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Costello. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
218, chopper.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm coming.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break the initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. One of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. they'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out, learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the ground, it's Geis. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Push him back.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Manning shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Think he's got some unfinished business after taking that all the way down to the 1?
There's no doubt in his mind that he has unfinished business. How upset would he be, even though he won't show it, if the play call comes in, quarterback, keeper, bootleg, maybe someone else carrying the football. He's done the heavy lifting. Let him take it across the goal line.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. They find some open field here. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
6-6, bullet time. Ready?
The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 6 yards away. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Steps away to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. A gain of 3, second down. Looking to throw on second down. Costello. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The Falcons on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
You ain't doing nothing today. Any weapon. Hot, hot. Back. Check 99. Check 99. Full truck. 155. Hey. 55. I'm coming.
Jackson now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Falcons send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
I'm ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your child. And he's into the clear. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards on the ground. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. To throw on 2nd down. Costello letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. They come out here in the eye.
54 Mike. Hey, D-line. Recon, 136.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Calling no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
That's it. Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Extra point forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season,
he's got the lane, and there he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now for the point after. Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. His throw incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. On 1st and 10, Martinez. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 22. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. A try here for the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Let's go. Let's go. You're out. Deep, tighten up. Let's go. Deep.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now, the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things